How y'all doing today? I was on the first responders team of the oil cleanup out here at Louisiana, and we started from Grand Island and went all the way to Venice on the first responders cleanup team. And during that time, we were out setting anchors for the hard boom, and we would pile drive PVC pipe into the points of the places that we were gonna block off to keep the oil from getting down into the bayous and everything and contaminating everything. And during that time, I got water in my boots. Well, the water had already been sprayed with Correxic, and it caused my legs to get infected. Well, that infection got into my blood system, and it got worse, worse, and worse. And I ended up going to the doctors, and I went to a chemical specialist in Florida. Had to go from there to another doctor in Dallas, Texas. And then they sent me to a brain specialist and found out that I have some fried brain stem cells and stuff. But after I ended up spending all my money, my legs got worse and got to hurting so bad that I wanted to go ahead and just cut them off. So I was gonna cut below my knees and peel the skin back and cut my legs off. My wife grabbed my son and said, no. So they took me to the VA. I hadn't been to the VA in over 30-something years because I'd never been sick, took care of myself. Well, I told her, well, I don't think they'll even look at me. Well, the first thing they did was put me in. They said that was real bad, and they tested for all my legs at that time and tested to see what was going on. And they couldn't find any bacteria or any living organisms. And then they determined that it was chemicals that chemical burn from the inside out. And I'll let my wife tell it. She's a little better at this probably.
So from his legs, he was in the hospital at the VA for a week. No other symptoms, nothing else wrong with him. And he was under medical attention, doctors and nurses, from September 2010 to November 2010. He swelled up 3 times his normal size. Everything in his body shut down. He stopped breathing 3 times. His lungs, his kidneys, everything shut down. They admitted him for 2 weeks. All the tests were coming up negative. So they treated him as a soldier with Agent Orange. What they were doing was working, so they continued to do it. And after 2 weeks, he was able to be released. He was released Tuesday before Thanksgiving, and that Thursday we brought my son to his dad. And it was a 5-6 hour trip. On the way home, I was feeling sick myself for 2 weeks while he was in the hospital. We stopped at the emergency room. I was told I had an upper respiratory infection and a urinary tract infection and sent home with a prescription. 5 o'clock the next morning, I woke up to go to the bathroom. I expired and died in my bathroom. I came to by myself. I am a walking miracle. And I went to the emergency room because I busted my lip. There was blood on the floor that came out from my body. And I was told by 3 doctors, how are you sitting here talking to me? Because what happened to you don't happen. You expired and you were not here. I don't have a doctor here to help you. Next thing I know, I'm strapped in an ambulance to another hospital and told anything could happen along the way, that in the hospital care, if I went down, there was nothing they could do to save me. I was in ICU 3 days. I was in the hospital 2 weeks. How do 2 people, normal people, become chronically ill within a week of each other after the spill? Is this normal? It's not. How do I deal with it? How do I live with it? I have friends. I have family. We have friends and family. We have grandkids. You can't stress. You just have to live one day at a time.